you guys have struggled at this point?
I think in this one, second half especially, we got ourselves out of manageable third downs. And first half, we were able to stay in good manageable down distances and completed a lot of third down balls to keep the chains moving. In the second half, we did not. And when we took shots, we missed them. And so it was, I think, they did a great job of staying in manageable third downs, or we got them off the field. And we didn't. I think two things. We got a big turnover, kicked a field goal. They got a turnover, scored a touchdown. Big plays. The play before the half on the screen, those 3 points. And those type of games, those are the type of plays that are going to beat you.
And in general, I mean, there are times that Tom has looked good, and then times that he just looks uncomfortable. I mean, is it possible that the greatest quarterback of all time, because of what he's dealing with, could have a confidence problem that, I mean, I know you let Ben call his own plays. Would you consider that? I mean, just what do you think's going on with Tom?
Yeah, we have Tom calling a lot of his own. We're picking his own on the sidelines, from the game plan. So I don't think it's a confidence problem whatsoever. It's just still it's not lack of trust. It's just lack of continuity within the offense of the whole picture.
Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm. All right, we'll go to Greg Allman.
Bruce, just want to ask you about Antonio Brown. He's averaging 8.7 yards a catch in these 3 games. And I just want to ask you how he's been used and why you think things haven't been better for him in terms of the big play potential that he's had.
Well, he was open. We had one go off his fingertips. I'm used to seeing him make that catch. And, I think just we missed him last week on a ball. So it's just a matter of hitting him. He's doing a great job running after the catch. And within his role, I think he's doing a really good job. It's just when he's going deep, we're not hitting him.
Obviously, this is a week where you want to be as close to healthy as you can in the secondary. So just want to ask you about Jamel Dean. And if he can't go, we want to ask you about your depth at corner. It's something we've asked about. I think Ross Cockrell came in and made a big play on third down last night. But just how you feel about the secondary if Jamel can't go on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with Ross. He does a good job. Very, very bright guy, very dependable guy. Our secondary for the first time, I thought we tackled as poor as we've ever tackled in that ball game. Especially in the first half, we gave up like 70 yards run after catch on 5-yard routes twice, and it's like, I mean, that's unbuck life for us. I'm not used to seeing that. So we got to get back. Second half, we did a much better job of it, and we got to play like that the whole time, especially against this team.
Thanks, Bruce.
You bet.
All right, we'll go over to Joey Knight.
Coach Shady McCoy has made a living of catching passes out of the backfield. Is he an option you'll consider going forward?
We look at every option every week. Leonard has never had any problem dropping the ball. He's got excellent hands, and he's a little bit better protector. So we'll see how that goes.
And just reviewing the film, those drops, were they on the throws? Were they too quick developing? Were they on the running backs last night?
The one to Rojo was not. I mean, that screen hadn't even developed yet. We turned the guy loose on the right side with a mental error and threw the screen way too fast. Leonard probably should have caught. He can catch 2 out of those 3. Tom can throw a better ball too. So, I mean, it's a combination of both.
Thanks.
All right, we're going to go over to Sarah Walsh.
Hey, Bruce, how do you right now, obviously the postseason window is still open, but when things start to shrink in terms of margin of error, how do you balance not putting pressure on that, like letting a game get too big, but also they start to turn into must wins? How do you find that balance between those two things?
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of preaching it every week. Every game's a must win at this point in time. And, we put ourselves in a really good position to make the playoffs. And each and every week now, they just get ramped up more and more.
All right, we're going to go over to Jenna Lane.
Hey, Coach. The deep ball's kind of gotten away from you a little bit in the last couple weeks. Is that a matter of just the defenses that you're playing? And has there been, more discussion about maybe not attempting some of those deep shots?
Yes and no. We've got the guys open. We just missed them. And there are times when coverage dictates you go to that guy. So I think we can do a better job of utilizing the deep ball in our game plan, more of or less of. So each and every week so different. But when they're there, we need to hit them. We can't have them going off our fingertips, and we can't overthrow them.
And last year, the Seattle game, after that, it really seemed like your secondary took several steps forward, and they came into this season and continued to take steps forward. And I know you mentioned a few moments ago that they didn't tackle well, but how frustrating is it feeling like you've progressed so much in that area, and then to allow, two 100-yard receivers and Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods last night?
Yeah, it's really frustrating because you just got to tackle them, and then don't bust the coverage in the fourth quarter when they only send two guys out, and we should have had both of them double teamed. That ball should have never been completed.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, we're going to go to Kevin O'Donnell.
Hey, Bruce, it seems like over the last few weeks that Tom's accuracy has been off from what we saw maybe in the first half of the season. Are you seeing anything changing there with him?
Other than the deep ball, I think he's getting confused a few times with coverage. That might be causing some inaccurate balls, but I don't see it at all in practice. We're not missing the deep ball in practice, that's for sure. So it's just a matter on Sundays hitting them.
There's been a lot of criticism with some former players of Tom's that saying that really this offense isn't fitting what he does best. What would you say to them?
Whatever they want. I mean, he can do anything, so it's not like he can't do it. I see him do it all the time. He was doing it in September, so it hasn't changed.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go to John Romano. All right, we'll go over to Mark Cook.
Hey, Coach. I'm still trying to kind of understand that last throw from Tom and his thought process there with a minute 54, just needing a field goal to keep the game going, a touchdown to win. Was that a greedy throw? That's something maybe you have to kind of remind a younger or a rookie quarterback, not a 20-year veteran guy, that, situational wise, you just need to keep the chains moving right there. Just, have you guys talked about that particular throw and what he was seeing or what he thought he saw on that throw?
Yeah, we talked about it. Is that more of a statement or a question? I mean, you answered the thing already, so I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I guess I what just was wondering, since we're not going to get a chance to talk to him, just wondering what his thought process or what he thought he saw on that.
Yeah, it's best to talk to him about it, I guess.
Okay.
All right, we're going to go over to Steve Isbitz.
Coach, it seemed that the Rams' plan was to come out and have Aaron Donald take on Tristan Wirfs. Did that surprise you? And can you talk about how well Wirfs did against him in the line overall against Donald?
I don't think he had a tackle, so I think they did a pretty good job. And, Tristan's been playing really well all year. He's played end. He's played three technique, one technique. He's played all over. So, we were anticipating it. I thought maybe he might have been over the center more. But, I thought our guys were very well aware of where he was. We just didn't block a couple other guys too good a couple of times.
And did Antonio Brown not returning punts yesterday have anything to do with the personal foul hit he took on the fair catch last week?
No, he was returning punts last week because we didn't have anybody else. Everybody else was on the list of ineligible players. So he can return them, but I don't really want him back there. Kenyon Barner's had a great history of returning punts and kickoffs, so he'll handle that job.
Thanks.
All right, we have time for a few more. We're going to go over to Rick Stroud.
Bruce, coaches will always tell you, I want the talent. I want as much as I can get. And you've got plenty of it. But is there ever a time when, you can subscribe to the theory that less is more in terms of, you feel a responsibility to play these guys. And now Scotty Miller comes off the field for all but 15 or 12 plays. I mean, just speak to the fact that some people believe you got too many guys.
I don't think there is such a thing. I mean, it's better to have them all spring and all summer, you know, than to throw them all together in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
You don't have a spring at all or a real training camp. It's hard on the quarterback, especially when you've done something for 20 years and then throw all these guys at him. But I don't think you can have too many good players. No, I think looking at the team coming in here this week, I don't think they have a problem with having too many really good players.
Right. Thanks.
All right, we'll go over to John Romano.
Just playing off of Rick's question, though, you talked earlier about the problem on offense being continuity. Is that part of it?
Yeah, I think the lack of practice time and everything of learning everything from spring through camp is still showing up. But having Scotty in there versus AB, I don't think there's a big difference as far as what we're doing. And it's just Tom seeing different coverages every week, different defenses every week, and managing a game plan. That's so much easier when you have all that practice time. When you have 300 or 400 reps with the guys, it's a big difference than having 20 or 30 in practice.
All right, we're going to close out with one from Greg Allman.
Hey, Bruce, we talked a lot in August and even September about this offense, learning each other, getting to figure each other out. It's week 12, and obviously they're still doing that. Do you think this is still an offense that can still find itself? You guys still have 5 games here, but obviously it's not a finished product what you have out there right now.
I think each and every week's different right now. It's just a matter of trying to win a ball game. It's not about what's best to beat this next team. And it's not about, hey, fire and have the whole offense playbook in and all this and that. Just say, take this game plan, try to win this week, and we'll worry about all that next year.
Okay. Thanks, Bruce.
You bet.
Okay, that's all today. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.